This was my key as a professional player to play at my highest level and be with 100% focus and 100% confidence. It started with the week of training beforehand. It's very important that as soon as training starts, okay, before the training you can goof around, but as soon as the training starts, from the warm-up, you need to be 100% focused. You have to treat it as if it was a game. Every detail matters. Every little mistake you do, you have to focus super hard on it. Every pass, every part of the warm-up, you need to be focused. And why is this important? It's because if you treat the training like a game, you're going to be a lot more prepared, and you're going to put a lot of pressure during the training, which is going to simulate what a game feels like. You can't only put pressure on yourself during a game. You can simulate it beforehand. And what it does is that during the game, when you do have real pressure, not the pressure that you're simulating, it's going to be a lot easier for you to play. You're not going to feel the pressure as much. And an important part of that is to put that pressure onto yourself. Force yourself to focus on every single little play, every single moment that you think doesn't matter. Check your shoulder. Do things to the tiniest of details. If you let your mind get clouded, if you let yourself doze off during training, your brain is going to do the same thing during a game if you treat your training like a game. If you want to treat your training like a game, you cannot doze off during training because it's going to confuse your brain. Your brain's going to think, wait, it's a game, right? Oh, but during the game I had last week, during the week, which is the training, you know, I was just dozing off, and your mind's going to reciprocate that. If you want to put the pressure of a game into a training, you have to act as if it is a game during the training. Moving on to pre-game. For me, most importantly, was routine. You need to have the same routine, whatever it is. Some people are on their phones, some people want to go walk around, go enjoy the weather. It doesn't matter as long as you have a routine. This creates stability. If you're always doing something different, you don't know how your body's going to react. If you're eating different things every time, you don't know how your body's going to react. For me personally, I couldn't focus if I had eaten more than a meal and a half the day of the game. So usually my games are around 5 o'clock, and I'd only have one meal in the afternoon. That's all I had. You know, some people say it's probably not optimal because you don't get all the nutrition you need. But for me, it worked, and I consistently did it. And consistently, I felt the same way. It might not be optimal. Maybe I should have switched it up. For me, it was working. If something is working for you, no reason to change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But this comes down to a lot of the small things. What you listen to when it comes to music. What kind of movies you're watching. Every little detail counts. And most importantly for me is what you're eating. You need to eat the same things every time at the same time. This is going to create routine for your brain, and your brain is going to understand, okay, whenever I eat this, whenever I watch this, whenever this happens at this certain time, I know that in the next day at this time or around this time, I'm going to need to focus. In a way, it's a cheat code for your brain. You're priming your brain, you're getting it ready, you're warming up your brain so it understands what's going to be happening tomorrow. I know I talked a lot about how for different people, different things work. For me personally, music doesn't work. For other people, music does. But one thing I would suggest all of you guys do, I think it helped me the most out of anything, is reading the Bible. It's just calming knowing that no matter what happens the next day, your team loses, your team wins, you play really good, you play really bad, you know God is with you. When you read the Word of God and you feel comforted, you feel warm, and you understand that no matter what happens, I'm okay because I have God with me. But anyways, here's part 2 of how to get mentally prepared for a game. In the first part, I was talking about, the preparation going into the game. What you need to do, what steps and measures you need to take before the game. But during the game was super important. For me as a goalkeeper, I found this out the hard way, because as a goalkeeper, I'm not involved within the game the whole time. A lot of the game, I'm kind of sitting there and just watching, especially when my team has the ball on the other team's end. But it's important for me not to doze off, what do I do in order to stay in the game when I have nothing going on? For me, it was talking. So even if the ball is on the other side of the pitch, I'm still yelling at my teammates, telling them to do stuff, even if they can't hear me. And why it's important to do that is because I'm mentally keeping myself in the game, not letting myself doze off, not giving my body a chance not to stay focused. Constantly being involved in the game somehow, yelling at your teammates, or constantly scanning, checking, looking at the opponent, seeing what they're doing, trying to understand what their formation is, what their tactics are. Somehow keeping yourself focused on the game, keeping your mind busy with the game is going to help you focus. If you start thinking about other things, that's it. That's the end for you. And I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I'm thinking about what pizza I'm going to eat during a game, especially if it's a boring game, my team is winning. I'm super bored, I'm hungry. I don't really care, but it's not the right attitude at all, and it's going to cost you because you're not focused, and when you're not focused is usually when they strike. And the last thing you want is, let's say your team's up 5-0, and for me, it's important to just keep yourself involved in the game somehow, even if people think it's stupid, even if you're yelling at people that can't even hear you with all the fans yelling around you. How would somebody across the pitch hear you? But for you, it keeps you in the game. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. That was my idea of how I kept myself in the game, how I stayed focused, how I mentally prepared for every game. It doesn't mean you're going to play well every time. It does not mean that at all. But for me, it gave me the best chance and best possibility to be at my 100% mentally for the game.